Since recognizing and identifying verbal abuse has proven to be extremely difficult for many people. In this chapter, we will explore the abuser's reality as well as the attitude or approach he takes toward his partner. This explanation will reveal some identifying characteristics common to most abusers and some conditions common to most abusive relationships. The variable abuser grew up in reality one, just as the partner did. However, he never emerged into reality two. In order to emerge into reality two, he would have had to recognize and integrate the experiences of childhood which had left him so insecure. So, in need of controlling the abuser's lives in reality, number one, and values himself according to reality, number one. Living in reality, one, is living in the power over model. The abuser knows no personal power, nor does he experience the security and self acceptance of personal power. Consequently, he avoids his feelings of powerlessness by dominating and controlling his partner. The abuser is determined not to admit to his manipulation and control. If he did, he would come face to face with his own feelings. The abuser rejects the partner's warmth, openness, because these are the very qualities which he fears in himself. In reality one, these qualities mean vulnerability, and in reality, vulnerability is tantamount to death. Generally, the abuser isn't thinking about the pain he is inflicting by abuse. He may win a battle with manipulation or convincing put down without his partner even realizing a battle has taken place. If she does feel put down and tells him he will deny abuse, he might say, for example, that his partner doesn't know what she's talking about, does she? She wonders. In contrast, the physical abuser usually confuses his partner by admitting to his battering, apologizing, and saying he'll never know that what has happened is real. She says she sees the scars. However, this is not always the case. As Susan Haraki, MFCC, a former counselor with Battered Women's Alternative in Concord, California, has pointed out, in some cases the abuser's denial is so deep that he minimized the physical damage to almost nothing. This intense denial may confuse and distort the victim's own perceptions. A partner of a variable abuser who is in the process of recognizing that she was being verbally abused declared emphatically, "If you've never been in a verbally abusive relationship, you would have extremely difficult time knowing that it's like if you're in a verbally abusive relationship, you may have never recognized it." The abuser's declaration of love are in direct contrast to hurtful things he says. Since everything wants to be loved, the partner is inclined to believe that the abuser, when he says, "I love you," after all, why would he say it if he didn't mean it. Possibly in the reality, I love means something quite different from what it means in reality, too. All the partners I interviewed had heard two or more of the following declarations of love. Some very abusive men had frequently said them all. Variable abusers have known to say, I love you. No one could love you as much as I do. I'd never leave you. I'd never do anything to hurt you. I just want you to be happy. It's important to remember that every person is different and every abuser is different. Some abusers may be extremely overpowering and demanding, and some may be opposite extreme reclusive, only occasionally demanding but very manipulative. Others may seem to be angry all the time. Some may involve themselves with other men, hunting or participating in other sports. Others may be loners. The variable abusers may show a few, many, or all of the following characteristics. Some of these characteristics, by their nature, are very difficult to recognize. Also, the abuser may describe himself as the opposite way of his partners experience him. For example, he may blast her with angry accusations and describe himself as easygoing. The variable abuser may be irritable, likely to blame his mate for his outburst or actions, unpredictable, you never know what will anger him, angry, intense, unaccepting of his mate's feelings and views, unexpressive of warmth and empathy, controlling, silent and uncommunicative in private, or frequently demanding or argumentative. A nice guy to others, competitive toward his partner, sullen, jealous, quick with comebacks or put downs, critical, manipulative, and explosive.